Welcome to PVT 1977 channel. Subscribe to the channel and don't miss the hottest news of the day. Our news today includes the following content. Latest romantic comedy starring Jung So. Shocking debut. My childhood lover. Reunited after 10 years. I thought the romance was about to begin. Who knows, the next second, the style of painting will change. Only. Female lead Pei Lu relies on her outstanding talent to work successfully at a top company in the United States. In her mother's eyes, she is the perfect example of a daughter. And the male lead Choi Sung-hyo is also very popular in Korea. Transform yourself. Become a famous architectural designer. The mothers of these two main characters are friends. Every time we meet, they will definitely praise their children's achievements, not giving in to each other, although they have achieved great success in their careers. But when it comes to marriage, Pomegranate is ahead of the curve. When Pomegranate's mother is proud, when showing off her daughter's wedding invitation. As a result, my mother's smile disappeared without a trace immediately. After all, her wonderful son is good at everything. No progress except in the emotional aspect. I never thought that when Pomegranate's mother showed off her best, the perfect daughter in her heart, boarded the flight home. About the reason, no one knows except Pomegranate herself. But he never expected. As soon as he got off the plane, he suddenly received the result. As soon as the two met, they started arguing. Just because both are the children of mother's best friend. Getting childhood friendship. But just as Lou was about to leave, I happened to see my mother walking towards me. There was a father carrying vegetables at the other end, because he had secretly run back to China. Lu Weikong was violently arrested on the street. He quickly hid under a cardboard box and begged Cheng Xiao to protect him. Although Cheng Xiao was very reluctant, but when I saw the mothers coming closer, I still chose to obey. Connecting the sign in the middle of the road, the pink box made mother feel strange. Cheng Xiao didn't want to pay attention at first. You can hear the mother trying to carry the suitcase to the police station. Then he admitted that the box was his. And this unique hobby aroused some ridicule from the mothers. Until the crisis ended. Cheng Xiao deliberately pressed the box so that the pomegranate would not fall out, and let him answer. Why are you avoiding your family? 16 but stubbornly refused to answer. In anger, he kicked the box to pieces. I even wanted to tear the result in half. 16 suddenly began to give in. I want to borrow the toilet in his company. Wait until 16 o'clock to come out of the toilet. I was extremely excited to visit Cheng Xiao's company. The more things he was not allowed to touch, the more he wanted to touch it. This made Cheng Xiao sigh. He is really a miserable little goblin. Ah, I almost touched myself. I heard the sound. I guess it is almost impossible not to recognize your parents. I'm used to this. I can't afford to recharge the mask, so I left. You don't care. I'll go down and do it. This is great. Have you forgotten? However, there was no joy on Pomegranate's face. Instead, quickly diverted his attention. He ran into Cheng Xiao's office without preparation. Unexpectedly, there was construction work inside. The pomegranate accidentally tripped over the electric wire, dreaming of a bookshelf about to fall. Even though Cheng Xiao protected him, but accidentally injured my back. What are you doing? I don't know him. None of your relatives will recognize you. His saliva is very poisonous. 16 although he seemed heartless, but he still looked at the wound with a worried look. I accidentally saw an old scar. He remembered that when he was young, fighting with other children, Cheng Xiao originally wanted to step forward to resolve the fight, but he was thrown away by himself. Hit the nearby iron fence. Someone paired with me. You ordered all. I know you. A penny is enough for more than a minute. Ah, grab the wrong hand, grab the wrong hand. Hit hard. As a result, he was advised to go home as soon as possible. Otherwise, the trouble will get bigger and bigger. Pomegranate made sense after thinking about it. Then walked home. Because the two were close together. The result also followed. But when they reached the intersection, Pomegranate suddenly stopped. Ching Xiao originally thought he was staring at the takeout fried chicken box on the side of the road. Never thought about it. Actually, he was considering whether to buy a helmet and go home. Ching Xiao was attracted by his unique series of ideas. Almost collapsed. What surprised him even more was Pomegranate actually put the coat in the suitcase, wearing it piece by piece, like a pufferfish. Then, Pomegranate 3 inner layers and 3 outer layers finally arrived at the threshold. At this time, he asked Ching Xiao to try hitting him. See if it could act as a buffer. Ching Xiao was speechless and asked him, why not buy armor in the US and come back? As soon as these words came out, Pomegranate is interesting. I was still debating whether to go back and buy one. However, considering the time and cost, Ching Xiao felt that using meat sausages would be more cost-effective. Go to heaven and say it. At this time, only then did Pomegranate reveal the cause of the trouble. What was the result? Looking at the pomegranate, he was speechless. He said that only when he knew the severity of the problem, only then could we help him find a way. In desperation, Pomegranate could only mumble in a low voice. He broke off the engagement. But I didn't hear the result clearly at all. So Pomegranate mumbled again. As a result, I still didn't hear the result clearly. Pomegranate impatiently shouted loudly for the third time. And what I never expected was, my mother heard this when she just came back. Sakuraji, are you a Tang ancestor? No. The color of the next model. Don't let go. They both have a motorcycle. Why did he buy it first? Oh, there's a girl waiting in front of you. Oh. Seeing that the dead end is a done deal, Pomegranate has no choice but to run to the old mother with a cheerful smile. I want to use this method to get through. At this time, the noisy sound also attracts people coming home from work. After Papa Pomegranate's crazy rainbow fart. Finally, the reason for returning to China was revealed. The old mother was stunned when she heard this. The father beside her fell to the ground in shock. Seeing this, Ching Xiao and his father immediately ran over. Right-click. Chase again. On the wind, boss. Oh, you go right. Don't want to rush. Go to the right. The mother can't believe it at this time. Let Pomegranate answer the question again. As a result, Pomegranate calmly replied that she didn't want to get married. The marriage was cancelled. And the wedding banquet halls were also cancelled. Listening to the conversation between mother and daughter, Dad was short of breath. Mom also thought Pomegranate must be crazy. In the end, there was only a delirious person. Just a month before the wedding, did you do something like this? Speaking, my mother was about to smash the pomegranate. The result this time, the result protected her behind. Let Annie tell her what she had to say. But my mother just wanted to calm down. Pomegranate, he said. Who will anesthetize? Hearing Pomegranate's words added fuel to the fire. Mom was even angrier. He couldn't understand what had happened. He was obviously very happy when we called him earlier. Why didn't you get married suddenly? Talking about it, Mom suddenly realized. Is the son-in-law cheating on me? Then he suggested terminating the engagement, right? My mother was preparing to book a plane ticket to America with her husband. Execute that child, Ling Chi. But then Pomegranate said that it wasn't the man's fault. It was all my fault. After hearing that, my mother couldn't help but attack the pomegranate again. Pomegranate suddenly grabbed Ching Xiao and ran away. At this moment, the two of them seemed to have returned to their childhood. Wait until you get rid of your mother. The two tired people sat down on the chair. After a short rest, Shirlio's brother is named Ching Xiao, affirming that mother promised not to hit anyone anymore, ordering him to bring the pomegranate home. Pomegranate doesn't believe it. Falling in love with mother is faster than turning a book. At this time, Ching Xiao suddenly said that he would come back to him. Even if something goes wrong, I will also be by his side. Pomegranate Doe naively believed his words. When the two of them entered the house together, Ching Xiao also thoughtfully reminded Pomegranate. His mother seemed to be crying. However, when the pomegranate came to me, only then did I realize that mother was holding a stick in her hand. Pregnant baby. Get out of here. The fight against the two widows. A gun appeared. Yes. It's not about me, it's about me. You're just a group. Our island doesn't allow you to eat. Come on. You don't eat well. No. What do you think about this? This concludes our news section. Welcome to leave your thoughts in the comments area. Let's discuss it together. Welcome, don't forget to give me a like and follow. Thank for all.